All right, hello, and welcome in. I think we're doing everything correctly. Welcome into the weekly Wednesday Warble, and in honor of April Fool's Day, we have a set list of fools. Hello. So some of the songs merely mention fools. Some are about characters who are fools. Some are about characters who think they are fools. Some are actually very serious. I have a surprisingly serious set list for a set about fools, but there we go. But we're gonna start off with curmudgeon. I think it's fair to say that this is a song about someone who is probably a fool and who probably thinks that everyone else are fools. Full fool festivities. There we go. What are the young people wearing? They look ridiculous. How can they take themselves seriously when they go around dressed like that? You know what? For this song at least. I was like, oh, maybe I should wear this song. And then I'm like, no, I've got some serious songs. I think, Luke, I think you have. I think you've seen me before. Here or there. Welcome in. Good to have you here. We're going to just take that from the top. What are the young people wearing? They look ridiculous. How can they take themselves seriously when they go around dressed like that? What's with this newfangled product? Looks like a pile of bull. How can anyone think they need this? How did it even make it to the shelves? Well, you may call me a hater and think I'm set in my ways, but I won't go with the flow, cause I think it's going over some rocky cliffs ahead. What if you're all swept over? What are you gonna do then? Bet you're gonna wish you'd been a little grumpier. Wish you'd been a curmudgeon. Everybody needs a squid hat. What's with this crap they call music? Standards have fallen, I see. This don't hold a candle to yesterday's sound, the classics of 2015. And what's with these gadgets and gadgets and new ways of looking at things? Humanity was perfect when I was 35. It's all been downhill since then. Well, you may call me a hater and think I'm set in my ways, but I won't go with the flow, cause I think it's going over some rocky cliffs ahead. What if you're all swept over? What are you gonna do then? Bet you're gonna wish you'd been a little grumpier. Wish you'd been a curmudgeon. Cause I think it's going over some rocky cliffs ahead. What if you're all swept over? What are you gonna do then? Bet you're gonna wish you'd been a little grumpier. Wish you'd been a curmudgeon. They all called me a hater. See what happened to them? Well, I had the last laugh, but I'm laughing all alone. Go. It occurs to me, I always start the higher one's position, the sillier one's hat, and this really does, I mean, apart from the googly eyes, is not that far off from some of the hats that serious people in high position wear in our world. See, you could be very, very grand in such a hat. Anyway, we'll move past that now. So this next one is, what will we say? We'll say this is definitely from the point of view of a person who is certainly made a fool of, and who was probably a fool to begin with. But this is Chase the Hare, and this is a song that I wrote after reading the histories by Herodotus, and it tells the story of King Darius and the Persian army's attempt to conquer Scythia, which was a foolhardy thing to have attempted, and clearly the Scythians thought that Darius was a fool and made sure that he knew it. So I felt that it was appropriate to have in the set today. Request noted. Never have I been held in such contempt, never have I been the object of such disdain, never have I felt such mockery and scorn. We came here anticipating triumph, we came expecting victory would be swift, we at least believed that there would be a battle, then we'd sail on to conquer other lands. For 2 long months we chased them through the grasslands. For 2 long months they chipped at our defense. They came with the fall of night to loot our campgrounds. For 2 long months they refused to stand and fight. Well, I was told they didn't live in cities, and I was told they had no crops to burn. Why should they be in any hurry to face defeat at my army's hands? Never have I been held in such contempt, never have I been the object of such disdain, never have I felt such mockery and scorn. They sent a man with the gift of a bird, a mouse, a frog, and arrows 5. When asked what it meant, he gave no response, just said, if you're clever, you'll figure it out. Well, mice live on land and frogs in the lakes. Birds are like horses and arrows mean strength. I told myself that this was earth and water. I told myself this meant we would prevail. They recognized my military, convinced myself that they were here to yield. And so I went to honor their surrender and found them ready to defend their land. I thought back on the word of my advisors, dismissed, buried, knowing it was true. Be like the bird and fly into the heavens, be like the mouse, burrow deep, be like the frog and hop into the water. With these arrows we will cut you down. Oblivious to the folly of man, a hare chose that moment to amble in view. Our presence forgot, understanding dawned as the rabbit took off. Made it perfectly clear what they thought of us, as one by one they turned and gave chase. Never have I been held in such contempt, never have I been the object of such disdain, never have I felt such mockery and scorn. I really think we should go home. There we go, there we go. All right. So we're gonna move now to a song. There are 3 songs in the set list today with the word "fool" in the title in some way, and this is it. This one is a song by Trees, and this is a song. One of these days, we're going to do the weekly Wednesday Warble, and it's just going to be songs that my husband requested. And he requested this song ages ago, and I wrote it down on a list and ignored it promptly. And then I said I was going to do Fools, and he was like, "Hey, are you going to do Fool by Trees?" And I was like, "Oh, I hadn't even considered it." But it was time to consider it. So here's a song. This is a little bit of a grimmer song, but it's about a fool. We are not superstitious men. We would prefer coincidence to be thought to be the cause of these untimely incidents. But on Sunday the master's fool took off his cap, his bells, his shoes, saying he would go to school to learn the ways of other men. Oswald the smith has not returned to see which way the world is turned. Oswald the smith has not returned to see which way the world is turned. Close the shutters, bar the door, cover your eyes, the fool has come. Minus ears and feet of straw to see the setting of the sun. And if Lucy was not too old, she would have died to see him born, so that when that she was cold, put out the fire to keep him warm. Oswald the smith is not returned to see which way the world is turned. Oswald the smith is not returned to see which way the world is turned. We are not pessimistic men, but should the fool by means find ways, we have sounds for sightless eyes, burnt at the stake on Saturdays. Oswald the smith is not returned to see which way the world is turned. Oswald the smith is not returned to see which way the world is turned. Oswald the smith is not returned. There, go, the fool. No, just fool. Merely fool. And we're gonna stay in the mid-70s British folk rock realm. And we did forget to open this one. We're gonna move now into a couple songs about people getting fooled. To their detriment. I think there is often sort of a sinister, like clowns and jesters and fools, there's sort of a sinister demonic aspect to that. And anyway, here's a person who was fooled. This 7 long years and more, seeking gold for thee, my love, and riches of great store. For I might have married a king's daughter, far, far beyond the sea, but I refuse the golden crown, all for the love of thee. What have you to keep me with, if I with you should go? If I forsake my husband dear and my young son also. She set her foot upon the ship no mariners could behold. The sails were of the shining silk, the masts of beaten gold. I'll show you where the white lilies grow on the banks of Italy. I'll show you where the white fishes swim at the bottom of the sea. What are yon high, high hills the sun shines sweetly in? Those are the hills of heaven, my love, where you will never win. What is that mountain there where evil winds do blow? Yonder's the mountain of hell, he cried, where you and I must go. He took her up to the topmast high to see what he could see. He sunk the ship in a flash of fire to the bottom of the sea. I'll show you where the white lilies grow on the banks of Italy. And I'll show you where the white fishes swim at the bottom of the sea. I'll show you where the white lilies grow on the banks of Italy. And I'll show you where the white fishes swim at the bottom of the sea. Demon Lover, which I know from Steel Eye Span, but it's a traditional song, so it's I think Joan Baez did a famous version as well. All right, so we're going to do one of mine, and this is also by someone who was fooled into doing something that they would not have done had they known, had they thought. Listen to my tale. On my way to the market, a happening quite singular did occur. As I roved, my body wandered, with my mind off the path I was walking, all for to get bread and oil. Fall so far into disrepute, such ignominious fate lay in store for me. Who would have guessed? All for bread and oil. There I came across one in some distress, asking for my assistance in matters quite counter to any law. Would I be so kind as to mind their rig as they pick out their sundries? This ATV is hard to start, let it run. Who knew I would fall so far into disrepute? Such ignominious fate lay in store for me. Who would have guessed? All for bread and oil. Being a decent sort, I agreed to help, and it was in the driver's seat I was sitting when out began yelling, go, go, go. Saw the cashier's face, shock and sadness, saw the ruckus, heard the sirens, the race is on. Deep into the woods with my partner and crime unasked for. Made a leap and got away on foot with the loot, whatever that was. Unfamiliar with the trails, found myself back on the highway. See the blockade up ahead, local fire brigades involved. RCMP are closing in. Made the sharpest of turns to avoid hitting some local fishermen. Found myself hurtling towards the sea. Flew over the dock, Coast Guard picked me up on what later turned out to be stolen property. Drove recklessly through the bay. In the court dockets, on the evening news, due to my disposition kind, I now must drive quite far and wide for bread and oil. Who knew I would fall so far into disrepute? Such ignominious fate lay in store for me. Who would have guessed? All for bread and oil. All right, there's bread and oil. There's bread and oil. Well, Marla's had a lot to say about choir, and we're not going to hear it, apparently. All right, so those are stories in which another person was fooled in some way or made a fool of by others. We're going to do one now, which is a true story in which my husband and I were the fools. And this is about the time that we went camping during Hurricane Earl. And word for word, this song is pretty much true. And we went camping in September because I was busy throughout the summer. So the only time we got that summer, we had a couple camping trips earlier, but we got time that summer to go camping in sort of the middle of September, which, I mean, the campground's still open. So we booked 2 nights, as we do. And we're very, both of us are very, like, we schedule things and we do those things at that time. And it's very hard for either of us to change the plan. And so we had a plan to go camping. And as we were picking up fuel for the Coleman stove at the corner store, we heard people talking about a storm coming, but it didn't dawn on us. And we went camping, and like the first night was pretty nice, and then like we went hiking the next morning, and it's like really rainy and miserable, and we can't take our boat out onto the pond because the pond's so choppy. And we just kind of huddled in our tent, and we had a lovely time. And then we kind of noticed other campers kind of packing up, and then like we noticed the park rangers come out and start like hammering outhouses shut and stuff like that, and we still didn't really think about it. And then the hurricane hit, and by that time it was too late to get out of the campground. It would have been too dangerous, but we survived, and I wrote this song. But we were pretty foolish to have done all of those things. The chatter at the corner store reported that a storm was likely coming. We walked out with our camping goods, fuel for the Coleman stove unfazed. We booked that campsite in advance, and after work we went on Friday night. We pitched our tent and sang some songs and cooked our supper underneath the stars. We turned back from our morning hike. The rain displayed no signs of letting up. Decided not to use the boat. The waters of the pond looked like the ocean. But we huddled in our tent all afternoon, enjoying one another's company. With pens and notebooks, making plans, making changes for the coming year. change our plan. A little wind, a little rain won't close down our parade. We were quite content inside our tent, huddled together while outside the storm raged. But it makes a person question all the things we are accepting in the daily grind, when a nice relaxing weekend is best achieved by camping in a hurricane. Oh, we huddled in the rain to cook. We ate our supper sitting in the car. We noticed other campers near us tearing down and calling it a day. We didn't think much of it at the time. No warning bells rang when we saw park rangers come out in force, shutting windows and nailing doors down. And it did not occur to us to change our plan. A little wind, a little rain won't close down our parade. We were quite content inside our tent, huddled together while outside the storm raged. And it makes a person question all the things we are accepting in the daily grind, when a nice relaxing weekend is best achieved by camping in a hurricane. And the rain poured down, and the wind grew stronger, wilder, deadlier, and the trees they danced like a drunkard at a party falling down. But it was now too late, much too dark, too wet, and far too dangerous to flee. We made it through the night unscathed, couldn't get out of that campground fast enough. We didn't even bother folding tents or rolling sleeping bags at all. Threw them in the trunk as soon as daylight came and slowly hit the gas. And all along that one-way road we saw we were the only morons left. And it did not occur to us to change our plan. A little wind, a little rain won't close down our parade. We were quite content inside our tent, huddled together while outside the storm raged. But it makes a person question all the things we are accepting in the daily grind, when a nice relaxing weekend is best achieved by camping in a hurricane. There we go, camping in a hurricane. We have a plan. We're like, stick to the plan. And then last year we went camping, and after one day it was miserable and cold, and we were like, hey, we don't have to stay here the second night just because we booked it. All right, we're going to turn to hey Nancy, you're having yet another ice storm there. I saw that Michigan is getting a big old ice storm. It's flurries. We have flurries. It's been flurry-ish. It's been snow, rain, flurry has been our warm day. Snow, rain, flurry, warm, snow. This morning we woke up and it looked bright and sunny, and my husband was like, oh, it's a beautiful sunshiny day. And he opened the door and he got blown off the porch. It's very blustery out there today. So we're going to, I hope you're finding ways to keep warm. So our theme today is fools, and we've had some foolish songs and some songs about foolish people. I'm going to do a couple now. So when I was hunting down songs about fools, I think the two most common songs I found. There's a lot of songs about fools out there. We could do fools every week for the rest of the year and never have to repeat a song, I think. The two most common themes, and that's the next half of the show, were fools in love and the foolishness of war and mankind. And that is the theme that we will touch on in the next couple of songs, but certainly in this one. And we're going to do kind of a relaxed version of this song, but it's surprising how often I find Deep Purple have sung songs that fit my themes. Yeah, you definitely don't want to lose power. Losing power in an ice storm. That's not what you want to do, and it's something that is really easy to happen, hey. All right. Wrong with me, it's in my head. I can see what's gonna be as I lie in my bed. Man is not a brotherhood, and I am of the dead. I died as I lived, as I loved and was born on some distant hill. The reasons to hide are the reasons I cried. Fools pass laughing still. There can be bad blood in all that I can see. It's in my brain. You don't know the pain I feel as I must live again. Rocks and stones can bruise my soul, but tears will leave a stain. They smile to themselves as they lay down my head on some distant hill. The blind and the child sweep a tear from their eye. Fools smile as they kill. I got my own way to go. Now I want to take your mind. I believe that you could see the blood between the lines. I believe that you could be a better kind. Please lead the way so the unborn can play on some greener hill. Laugh as the flames eat their burning remains. Fools die laughing still. There we go, Fools by Deep Purple. Yeah, if you've got power, you've got power. I'm happy to provide the entertainment during the ice storm. All right, we've got three songs left in the set today. And this next one is one of mine. And again, this kind of, first of all, it's in the set because our protagonist actually wonders if perhaps he is a fool. But otherwise, it's also kind of like, the foolish nature of humanity's ambition, perhaps. But is that a foolish quest after all? Anyway, this is The Circle. I'll have a sip of water before this one. gloves are upon me, and the fate held in my arms. Strength drawn from the herald's recitation of my line, each memory of valor emboldens my resolve. Life's minutes tick on by as I watch my foe approach. I do not know him, I ignore his list of deeds, and I clear my mind of everything. I focus on my body, breathing steady, hands are warm, they grip my sword held gently. I don't give a thought to the doubts that turn inside. Will this be the last time? Am I prepared to die? Live or die, my name will be recorded in the bard's song. Standing in this circle, we are all that ever was, taking one another's measure, comparing battles fought. No thoughts for our commanders, our cities are their plights. We've come here for glory, for blood and tales to tell. We too are not so different, but it's I who will stand tall. Or perhaps I'm just some other fool bound for a cedar pyre. But I clear my mind of everything, I focus on this moment. Been here many times before, it's I who puts my hand up. And I don't give a thought to the doubts that turn inside. Will this be the last time? Am I prepared to die? Live or die, my name will be recorded in the bard's song. Live or die, my name will be recorded in the bard's song. Step into the circle, shouldering the load that holds the lives of all these soldiers and those for whom they fight. That burden doesn't touch me, I think not of them at all. I clear my mind of everything, focus on reacting, dodge and parry blow for blow, and here I'm truly living. But we've come here to grasp at immortality. Live or die, my name will be recorded in the bard's song. I will live forever when the scholars carve my name in stone. Ah, 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 go. The circle. All right. So we move now into the next two, our last two songs on this week's Warble, in which we've sung 10 songs on the theme of fools, and these are Fools for Love, and I've got a negative fool and a positive fool. One who is truly a fool. This person should get over that person. And then we're gonna go out on a happy love fool kind of song. But this is Love Fool by the Cardigans, and this is also this was also a request from my husband. problem. You no longer love me, I know. Maybe there is nothing that I can do to make you do. Mama tells me I shouldn't bother, that I ought to stick to another man, a man that really deserves me, but I think you do. So I cry, I pray, and I beg, love me, say that you love me, fool me, go on and fool me, love me, say that you love me, lead me, just say that you need me. So I cried and I beg for you to love me, say that you love me, lead me, just say that you need me. I can't care about anyone but you. Lately I have desperately wandered, spent my nights awake as I wonder what I could have done in another way to make you stay. Reason will not lead to solution, I will end up lost in confusion. I don't care if you really care, as long as you don't go. So I cry, I pray, and I beg, love me, say that you love me, fool me, go on and fool me, love me, pretend that you love me, lead me, just say that you need me. So I cried and I begged for you to love me, say that you love me, lead me, just say that you need me. I can't care about anyone but you. Love Fool by the Cardigans. And we're going to go out with some Elvis. There are a lot of songs about fools in love. And this one suggests that being a fool in love is a fine thing. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Should I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. No, I can't help falling in love with you. No, I can't help falling in love with you. There we go. There we go. Him. And that is our program for today. Thank you so much for joining me. It was fun to put these songs of fools together. Next week on the weekly Wednesday Warble. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nancy. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm closing out now. But I need a sip of water. I hope your power and internet stays on, and you can have melting ice soon. And be careful outside. Ice storms, not good things. Not good things. But I have been Kyla Tilley. I really enjoyed this week's Warble. Next week, this week we sang of fools. Next week we're going to sing about very clever people. You did enjoy those last 3 or so pieces. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you did. And I'll be doing those. They're all in my. Did I add them? They'll all be in my regular rotation from here on in. All right. Yeah, Marlis, they're rubbing it in. Oh, I enjoyed all these pieces that you missed, Nancy, because your power went out. A battle to watch you, but worth it. That's good. I'm glad the struggle is worth it. And it does stay up on YouTube, so you can catch anything you missed afterwards. So thank you all so much again for joining me today. I'll be back next week. We're going to be singing songs about clever people too clever by half, perhaps. Perhaps some fools will still make their way in. But have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.